Lana here. And before you dismiss this message as just another reading, pause for a moment, because the energy surrounding you right now is intense, undeniable, and charged with emotion. Someone in your life has reached a point where pretending, resisting, and suppressing their feelings is no longer possible. They've tried to distract themselves, to stay busy, to convince themselves they were fine without you. Yet here they are, once again pulled back by your presence, your energy, your memory. This message isn't showing up randomly. It's finding you because the connection you share with this person is awakening in a powerful way. The moment I tuned into this energy, 3 cards revealed themselves: the Moon, the Devil, and the Lovers. And when these 3 come together, it speaks of something far deeper than surface-level attraction. This is about hidden emotions that run deep, desires that have been buried but never released, and a bond that refuses to fade no matter how much time or distance exists. Someone has been fighting an internal battle, wanting to reach out, yet fearing what it might unlock, wanting you, yet afraid of how strongly they feel. This person thinks about you late at night, in moments of silence, when the world slows down and they can no longer escape their thoughts. They question themselves, replay conversations, and wonder if you feel the same pull they do. There is confusion here, but also obsession, fear, but also longing. The connection feels familiar, magnetic, and dangerously real to them. What's important for you to know is this: their resistance is weakening, the emotional walls they built are cracking, and the truth is surfacing whether they are ready or not. Stay with Lana, because as we move deeper into this message, you're about to discover why they can't let you go, what they've been hiding, and what this connection is truly leading toward. As the Moon reveals itself, the energy immediately shifts into something deeper, quieter, and far more emotional than it appears on the surface. This card speaks to what is hidden, what is unspoken, and what is felt but never fully explained. The person connected to you is moving through a storm of emotions they don't even fully understand themselves. On the outside, they may seem composed, distant, or even detached, but inside their world is restless. Thoughts of you rise when they least expect it, especially in moments of silence, late nights, and emotional vulnerability. The Moon shows confusion, fear, and longing all tangled together. This person has been lying to themselves more than they have ever lied to anyone else. They told themselves they were over it, that time would erase the connection, that logic would win, but emotions don't follow logic, and the bond they feel with you lives in places they cannot control. Dreams, memories, intuition, you appear there often. Sometimes they wake up unsettled, feeling your energy without knowing why, sensing that something between you remains unfinished. There is also fear here. Fear of being exposed, fear of admitting how deeply they feel, fear that if they allow themselves to surrender, they may lose control entirely. The Moon reveals emotional insecurity, old wounds, and past disappointments that still echo in their heart. This person has been hurt before, and those experiences taught them to hide rather than express. Yet with you, hiding feels impossible. You awaken something raw and honest within them, something that doesn't want to stay buried anymore. You may notice their behavior feels inconsistent. One moment they feel close, emotionally present, almost drawn toward you, and the next they pull away without explanation. This isn't manipulation, it's internal conflict. They don't know whether to follow their heart or protect themselves from it. The Moon shows that they are navigating unfamiliar emotional territory, and you are at the center of it. You reflect parts of them they've avoided for a long time. There's also a strong intuitive pull here. Even if no words are exchanged, there is communication happening on an energetic level. They feel when you think of them. They sense shifts in your energy. Sometimes they feel compelled to check on you, to look you up, or to revisit old conversations, even if they don't fully understand why. The Moon works through intuition, not reason, and their intuition keeps leading them back to you. What's hidden will not stay hidden forever. The Moon is a temporary phase. It reveals that clarity is coming. Even if right now things feel uncertain, this person is slowly realizing that avoiding the truth is more painful than facing it. They are beginning to understand that their feelings for you aren't fleeting, imaginary, or exaggerated. They are real, deep, and rooted in something emotional and spiritual. You didn't imagine the connection. You didn't misread the signs. The hesitation, the silence, the emotional tension, it all has meaning. The moon confirms that something powerful is happening beneath the surface, even if it hasn't yet reached the light. This person is standing at the edge of emotional honesty, and they know it. They feel it every time they think of you, every time they try to move on and fail, every time your presence lingers in their mind longer than it should. As the devil steps forward, the energy becomes heavier, more intense, and impossible to ignore. This card doesn't whisper, it pulls, it grips, and it exposes desire in its raised form. The devil reveals obsession, attachment, temptation, and the kind of magnetic pull that feels almost dangerous because of how strong it is. This person is not just thinking about you casually. You are embedded in their thoughts, their body, their emotions, and their habits. No matter how much they try to distract themselves, they keep circling back to you. This connection has awakened something primal within them. They crave your presence, your attention, your energy, and even the idea of you. There is a sense of addiction here, not in a toxic way, but in a way that makes them feel powerless over their own emotions. You represent something they desire deeply but feel they shouldn't want or can't fully have, and that internal conflict is driving them restless. The devil shows that resisting you has only made the pull stronger. They may feel ashamed of how much power you hold over them. They might ask themselves why they can't let go, why you still affect them this way, why one thought of you can change their entire mood. The truth is, this connection touches parts of them that haven't been activated in a long time. You awaken passion, vulnerability, and intensity, things they others suppressed or avoided before you entered their life. There's also a fear of losing control. The devil represents the ego's struggle to stay dominant while the heart wants something else entirely. This person likes to feel in charge, emotionally guarded, and self-contained, but with you, they don't feel in control. They feel exposed, they feel seen, and that terrifies them as much as it excites them. So instead of surrendering, they fight it, even though every attempt to resist only deepens their fixation. You may have noticed moments where their attention feels overwhelming, intense, or charged. Even in silence, the connection feels loud. There is unfinished energy between you, conversations that never happened, emotions that were never fully expressed, boundaries that were never clearly defined. The devil thrives in these gray areas, where desire and restraint clash. This person might try to replace you, distract themselves with work habits or other people, but nothing truly satisfies the space you occupy. Everything else feels temporary, dull, or hollow in comparison. They know it, even if they don't admit it out loud. That's why they keep coming back energetically. That's why the thought of fully releasing you feels unbearable. The devil also brings awareness. It exposes where attachment turns into truth that demands to be faced. This card isn't here to punish. It's here to reveal what no longer has power unless it's acknowledged. This person is beginning to realize that pretending they don't care is costing them peace. The chains they feel aren't placed by you. They're created by their own fear of vulnerability. You hold power here, but not in a manipulative way. Your energy challenges them to confront their shadow, their desires, and their emotional honesty. They feel drawn to you because you represent freedom through truth, even if that truth feels risky. The devil shows that the moment they stop resisting is the moment everything shifts. As the lovers reveals itself, the energy softens but deepens in a way that feels undeniable. This card doesn't speak of temptation or confusion. It speaks of truth, choice, and a connection that goes beyond surface attraction. The lovers shows a bond that touches the heart and the soul at the same time. This person doesn't just feel drawn to you. They feel connected to you on a level that feels familiar, intimate, and impossible to replace. What makes this card so powerful is that it represents conscious awareness. This person knows what they feel. There is no confusion here about attraction or emotion. The struggle they've faced hasn't been about whether the connection exists, but whether they are brave enough to choose it. You represent a turning point in their emotional life, a moment where they must decide between staying safe or being honest with their heart. The lovers reveals mutual energy. Even if words haven't been exchanged, even if distance or silence exists, there is a sense of recognition between you. This is the kind of connection where eye contact lingers, conversations feel meaningful, and time feels different when you're together. They feel seen by you, not judged, seen, and that is rare for them. You bring out a softer side they don't show easily, a version of themselves that feels more authentic and emotionally open. There is love here, but it's not rushed or careless. It's thoughtful, intentional, and deeply felt. This person isn't imagining a fantasy, they are imagining a life. They wonder what it would feel like to wake up next to you, to share moments, to build something real. The Lovers speaks of alignment, values, and emotional compatibility. This isn't just chemistry, it's resonance. At the same time, this card brings choice, and choices can feel heavy. Choosing you means choosing vulnerability. It means letting go of old patterns, past fears, and emotional walls that once felt necessary. This person knows that if they step forward, there's no going back to pretending, and that truth both excites and scares them. They don't want something temporary with you. They want something real, and that requires courage. You may feel their energy reaching out to you in subtle ways. A sudden thought of them, a sense of emotional closeness even in silence. The Lovers works through energetic balance, reminding both souls of what feels right. They are weighing their options, but their heart already knows the answer. The pull toward you isn't fading, it's clarifying. This card also speaks of divine timing. The connection between you didn't happen by chance. There were lessons, experiences, and emotional growth that needed to occur before this bond could fully be understood. The Lovers appears when two souls are ready to recognize the truth of what they share, and that recognition is happening now. They are beginning to see that resisting this connection only creates emptiness. Everything else feels like a distraction compared to what they feel with you. You bring harmony where there was inner conflict. You bring clarity where there was doubt. And most importantly, you bring choice. The choice to love honestly. The Lovers doesn't promise perfection, but it promises authenticity. This connection is real, balanced, and meaningful. And whether it unfolds through conversation, reunion, or emotional expression, one thing is clear. They can't deny what they feel anymore. Their heart has chosen. Now it's only a matter of when they allow themselves to follow it. When the moon, the devil, and the Lovers appear together to complete a reading, the message becomes powerful, layered, and impossible to ignore. This is not a casual connection, and it is not something meant to pass quietly. These three energies together tell a story of emotional confusion, deep attachment, and an undeniable soul-level choice that has been building over time. What you are experiencing, what they are feeling, and what has been left unspoken all converge here. The moon shows us where it began, in silence, uncertainty, and emotional shadows. This connection didn't start clearly. It grew in hidden ways, through intuition, glances, unspoken feelings, and moments that lingered longer than they should have. There were doubts, mixed signals, and moments where one or both of you questioned whether this was real or imagined. But emotions don't surface this deeply without reason. The moon confirms that both of you felt something long before either was ready to admit it. Fear played a role, fear of vulnerability, fear of exposure, fear of reopening wounds that once hurt deeply. Then comes the devil, revealing what happened when those feelings were suppressed instead of expressed. The desire didn't disappear, it intensified. What couldn't be acknowledged openly turned into obsession, attachment, and emotional tension. Thoughts of each other became persistent. The pull became physical, emotional, energetic. The devil shows that resisting this connection only made it stronger. This wasn't just attraction. It was fixation mixed with longing. One or both of you may have tried to distract yourselves, replace the connection, or convince yourselves it wasn't healthy, yet nothing truly worked. The devil also exposes control issues and power struggles. There may have been moments where one person held back while the other felt everything deeply, or moments where silence was used as protection rather than clarity. But the truth is, the chains represented by the devil were never locked. They were created by fear and ego, not fate. This card shows that both of you felt trapped by emotions you didn't know how to handle, yet neither could fully walk away. And then the Lovers steps in, not as fantasy, but as truth. This card brings awareness, alignment, and choice. It asks the question that can no longer be avoided. What do you do with feelings this real? The Lovers reveals that beneath the confusion and intensity, there is genuine emotional connection. This isn't about possession or illusion anymore. It's about honesty. This person doesn't just desire you, they value you. They see you as someone who reflects their true self back to them, someone who challenges them to grow, to open, and to love differently. Together, these 3 cards tell the story of a connection moving from confusion to obsession to clarity, from hiding to craving to choosing. The Moon says the truth was always there, just buried. The Devil says the bond became impossible to ignore. And the Lovers says the time has come to decide, not from fear, but from the heart. This person is standing at a crossroads emotionally. They are tired of running from what they feel. They are exhausted by the inner conflict, the late-night thoughts, the emotional tension that never truly leaves. They are realizing that the only way to release the hold this connection has on them is to face it honestly. That doesn't always mean immediate action, but it does mean emotional truth. For you, this message is also about empowerment. You didn't imagine this connection. You didn't create it alone. The pull you feel is mirrored, even if it hasn't always been expressed clearly. These cards confirm that something transformative exists here, something meant to teach both of you about vulnerability, desire, and authentic love. The outcome energy of this combination is not chaos, it is awakening. The fog of the Moon lifts, the grip of the Devil loosens, and the Lovers remains, asking for alignment rather than fear. Whatever happens next, this connection will not remain unspoken forever. Truth is rising, choice is unavoidable, and love, in its most honest form, is asking to be acknowledged. This completes the reading, not with an ending, but with a moment of truth that changes everything.